Welcome to Your Academic Success. This short video is designed to get you off to a great academic start at UC San Diego and John Muir College. We want to remind you of many of the resources we talked about at orientation. Specifically today, I'll be talking about the details of the quarter system, some resources that are learning strategies, the very important free tutorial services available on campus, and some information from one of our student leaders on taking advantage of office hours, plus study spaces at UC San Diego and around Muir College. So let's begin with the important things to consider about the quarter system. Once you enter UC San Diego, you will hear people talk in terms of weeks. Weeks, weeks, weeks. That's what we'll talk about when we're referring to deadlines, time management, and the pace of studying here at UCSD. The academic calendar includes fall, winter, and spring quarters. These are all 10 weeks long plus finals week. Summer is optional, and UCSD has 2 summer sessions which are condensed into 5 weeks each. So this is a typical 10 weeks in the quarter system. I'd like to highlight weeks 2, 4, and 6, which happen to be the deadline weeks. The deadlines usually fall Friday of that particular week, but you can check the specific dates online by going to this link here. If you don't want to save this link, you can also, of course, Google UCSD enrollment deadlines, and you should be able to look at that information right there. So given that 10 weeks go by fast, time management is the key to success. Think about strategies that keep you on task. Perhaps writing things down in a calendar, and it could be an electronic calendar, or you can even use the pen and paper planners. Whichever one works is the best one for you. It's important to not only include schoolwork, but also make time for yourself. Get into a routine and write down your goals. We can't stress enough how balancing academics and other commitments go hand in hand towards a successful quarter. So remember that life isn't perfect, so take these setbacks in stride as a way of pushing you forward. Keep your eyes on the finish line and you'll be all right. Well, let's talk about some resources. UCSD has quite a few resources to assist you with your transition to the quarter system. CAPS, or Counseling and Psychological Services, is one of those resources that you are already paying for with your registration fees. All appointments are confidential, and nothing is shared with any other office unless you release that information. If you don't want to go in, or you don't have time to go in and meet with them, take advantage of their free downloads on this website for those times that you just need to relax and regroup prior to exams. Don't hesitate to contact them if you need them. They are a great resource, and again, you have already paid for that. Of course, our office is the Muir Academic Advising Office. It's also a great resource for you to come in if you need assistance on anything and everything. If you don't know where to go, we are the place that students usually come to. Please check out our Google Calendar on this website so you can see what our walk-in hours are. We do specialize, though, in assisting you in planning towards your degree, and we focus on your GEs, general education requirements, as well as university requirements. However, students sometimes have questions about their major. And yes, you do have some major advisors. So if you need their help, go to this website and find your major advisor. Again, you can also Google the department that you're looking for in UCSD, and they will come up with the website. All major and department advisors have advising hours, and you're welcome to go see them as needed. If you may want to explore the various community centers on campus, go to this website right here. Check them out, and you can read all about the different services that they have, and you can find the right one for you and go ahead and reach out to them. Sometimes just getting involved that way really helps in balancing academics and your personal life. There are many resources at UCSD. Just ask and we will be connecting you to the right one. Okay, now that we've talked about the quarter system in detail, let's talk about studying. Yes, you will be doing a lot of that at UCSD, but have you ever asked yourself, really, do I know how to study effectively? If you haven't, great. If you have, don't worry, you're not the first one. We find that a lot of students who come in from high school or even from the community colleges really didn't need to study back then, but then they find that it's very different to study here in the quarter system. So the Teaching and Learning Commons has specialized staff who work with students individually in helping you develop your study strategies. We encourage our students to visit their office before it's too late. If you visit them while you're struggling, it may take a little longer to bounce back. However, if you meet with them prior to your exams, the results should be positive. Another way to assist you with your successful experience at UCSD is by using the free tutorial services available at UCSD. You can go to this website right here and find out all this information. But just so you know, there are some departments that offer academic support in their specific tutoring programs available through the campus. Check out these sites if you are interested in tutoring in any specific area. We also recommend that you explore these options now so you can be ready when the need for tutoring comes up. Don't forget, there's also Oasis that you can go and find out about their tutorial services. And going back to the Teaching and Learning Commons, they also, outside of the learning strategies, they also have some specific tutoring sessions available for you. So far, we've talked about the quarter system, time management, study skills, and tutoring. But a service that is not often used is office hours. All professors who teach are required to have office hours. This is time set aside from lecture where students can walk in and talk one-on-one with their instructors. I asked one of our student interns to give us some words of wisdom from the student's perspective on office hours, and this is what they came up with. First and foremost, you are human, so it's normal to be nervous. So you may consider coming in with a friend who is also in your class. First impressions matter, so dress for success. Who knows, the professor may have an open position for an undergraduate assistant, and you may be hired on the spot. Prepare prior to your meeting. Write down questions and ways you tried to solve problems. You can also search your professor's research focus. This is another way to have topics ready for you to talk about during your meeting. Professors also like to hear about their class from the student's perspective, so this is a good way to give them some feedback. TAs, or teaching assistants, are graduate students who have been hired as assistants to the professors in their class. TAs also have office hours, and it may be a good place to start if you're just not ready to meet with your professor. Finally, Muir College has a wonderful program called Coffee and Dining with a Prof. You and your professors can get free coffee or tea, as well as the opportunity to have a free lunch with them while discussing their class, research, or maybe possibly independent research with that particular professor. If you are interested in this option, visit the Student Affairs Office at HSS 2126, that's the Humanities and Social Science Building, 2126 for details. And remember, students often forget the professors were themselves once students. They also serve as a great resource or advisors for graduate programs, specifically because they have experienced the ins and outs of graduate school. So take advantage of this resource. Our student interns also shared some ideal study spaces on campus. So let's try the popular coffee house and space at Muir, known as MOM, or Middle of Muir. Muir campus also has Glacier Point and El Portal Commuter Lounge. They're all located at the Muir campus. The old Student Center has Treehouse Lounge and computer labs. Of course, if you're hungry, the Price Center is also ideal for you to eat and study at the same time. UCSD has several libraries like Geisel Library. Geisel actually has Audrey's Cafe. They have group study rooms, and they also have some individual quiet spaces. The other library that's on campus is called Biomedical Library. It's also open to all students, not just graduate students. This is a very quiet space if students really want to focus on studying without any interruptions. There are many locations all over campus. You can go to Revelle, you can go to ERC, you can go to Warren, you can go to any place on campus. Just find your specific study space and make sure to visit it regularly. Let's go back a little bit here. I want to talk about this UCSD app. If you haven't done so already, download the UCSD app to find all of these and maybe some other locations. Okay, so we've discussed many opportunities, suggestions, and resources to assist you with your success at UCSD. This was a very short video to kind of remind you of what we talked about. But I do want to leave you with your college resource information at Muir College Academic Advising. As I mentioned, feel free to come in and for walk-in hours, just Google this calendar to see what our walk-in hours are weekly. Or if you don't have time to walk in, you can always send us a message on the back. Keep in mind that this virtual advising center is open 24/7, but we do have advisors answering your questions who only work Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. All right, so we hope this is very helpful for you and that you will continue to use all the resources that you're paying for. I want you to have a great academic year, and we do look forward to seeing you at graduation.